50,000 fans waited 4 hours in the rain for Messi. They got soaked, they got cold, but none of them left. But when Messi saw them, his reaction didn't just destroy those people in the stadium, it destroyed the entire world. Watch this story until the end, because what Messi does at the 22-minute mark might just give you the most emotional moment you'll ever see in your life. But what's even more shocking is what Messi saw when he got to the stadium. 50,000 people were waiting in the rain, but they weren't just waiting. What they were doing was so beautiful that Messi started crying right there. And then the decision he made would change football history forever. So what did Messi see there? And what decision did he make? If you want to find out these answers, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell. Write your guesses in the comments. What do you think Messi did? Now let's dive into this incredible story. Miami, April 8, 2024. 3 days before Inter Miami's training camp, unexpected news broke across the city. Hard Rock Stadium, Miami's biggest venue, with a capacity of 65,000, was going to host the largest Messi fan event in American history. The announcement came at 6 a.m. By 7 a.m., ticket sales had crashed the website. By noon, all 65,000 tickets were sold out. People were flying in from across the country, from New York, California, Texas. Some families had driven for 20 hours straight. 12-year-old Sofia Rodriguez from Orlando had been saving her allowance for 2 years. Her father Miguel, a construction worker, had worked double shifts to afford the trip. "This is once in a lifetime," he told his wife. But nobody knew that this once-in-a-lifetime event would be completely canceled. And this cancellation would turn into a story that would change 50,000 people's lives forever. Event day started perfectly. Clear skies, 78 degrees, gentle breeze. The first fans arrived at 6 a.m. for the 2 p.m. event. By 10 a.m., thousands were already gathering outside Hard Rock Stadium. Food trucks lined the streets. Local news crews were setting up. The energy was electric. Everyone was talking about finally seeing their hero live. But at 11:47 a.m., meteorologist Sarah Chen at Channel 7 News made an urgent announcement. A Category 2 storm system is rapidly approaching South Florida. We're talking about 60-mile-per-hour winds and torrential rain for the next 4 to 6 hours. The organizers held an emergency meeting. Stadium manager Tom Williams said, "We can't risk 65,000 people in a lightning storm. We have to cancel." But nobody could predict how 50,000 fans who had traveled from across America would react to this devastating news. At exactly 1:15 p.m., 45 minutes before the scheduled start, the announcement came through loudspeakers around the stadium. Due to severe weather conditions and safety concerns, today's event has been canceled. All ticket holders will receive full refunds. Please evacuate the area immediately for your safety. The reaction was immediate. Some people started crying. Others stood in shock. Families who had driven 1,000 miles looked devastated. Sofia Rodriguez burst into tears. Her father Miguel felt his heart break. "Mija, we'll see him another time," he said, but his voice was shaking. But then something unexpected started happening at the stadium gates that would shock the entire city of Miami. Instead of leaving, Sofia planted herself on the ground. "I'm not going anywhere," she declared through her tears. "I saved for 2 years. I'm not leaving without seeing Messi." Her father looked around nervously. "Sofia, it's going to storm. We need to go." "No, Papa, Messi doesn't know we're here. If we leave, he'll never know how much we love him." An elderly man nearby overheard. His name was Frank Martinez, 78 years old, a Cuban immigrant who had followed soccer his whole life. "You know what, little girl? You're right. I drove here from Tampa. I'm staying too." Then Frank's grandson joined, then the family next to them, then dozens, then hundreds of people. And what started as one little girl's refusal to leave would become the largest display of fan loyalty in American sports history. At 2 p.m., the original start time, light rain began. 1,000 people were gathered outside the gates, refusing to leave. At 2:30 p.m., the rain picked up. Instead of driving people away, the numbers grew to 5,000. At 3 p.m., it started pouring. Local news helicopters circling overhead reported something incredible. 15,000 people were still there. By 4 p.m., in the heaviest rain Miami had seen all year, The number had reached 30,000. Security Chief Rodriguez radioed his supervisor. "Sir, we've got a situation. These people aren't leaving. They're organizing. They're setting up camps." But what was really mind-blowing was what these 30,000 people were doing in the pouring rain. The soaked fans weren't just waiting. They had created an entire community. Families were sharing umbrellas with strangers. College students from the University of Miami were handing out their hoodies to elderly fans. Local businesses started bringing free coffee and blankets. Maria's Cuban Cafe sent their entire day's worth of sandwiches. "These people love soccer like we do," said Maria Gonzalez, the owner. Sofia had become an unofficial leader. Still sitting in the same spot, she was now surrounded by hundreds of people who had heard her story. They were protecting her from the rain with a circle of umbrellas. A group of teenagers started a Messi, Messi chant that could be heard for miles. Local residents came out of their houses to watch. Some joined the crowd, and inside the stadium, something was happening that would change everything. Unknown to the crowd, Messi had actually arrived at Hard Rock Stadium at 1 p.m. before the cancellation. He was in the VIP section with his family, supposed to wait until the event started. When the cancellation was announced, stadium officials told him, "Mr. Messi, you're free to go. We'll reschedule." But Messi looked out the window and saw the crowd gathering. "Wait," he said. "Let me see what's happening." His wife Antonella was worried. "Leo, the storm is getting worse." Messi watched as the numbers grew from hundreds to thousands. His translator was giving him updates. "They're saying they won't leave. They traveled too far to give up now." Then Security Chief Rodriguez came with a report that would completely change Messi's understanding of what was happening outside. Rodriguez burst into the VIP room. "Mr. Messi, you need to see this. There are now 40,000 people outside." Messi was stunned. 40,000? In this storm? "Yes, sir, but that's not even the incredible part. They're doing something with their phones." Rodriguez handed Messi a tablet showing aerial footage from the news helicopter. 40,000 people had turned on their phone flashlights and were creating patterns in the rain. "What does it say?" Messi asked, squinting at the screen. "They're spelling out, 'We love you, Messi,' with their phone lights. The whole message is visible from above." Messi's eyes filled with tears. "They're getting sick for me, in the rain, in the cold." And that's when Rodriguez delivered the news that would force Messi to make the most important decision of his career. "Sir, there's more. We've identified some special groups in the crowd." "What do you mean?" "There are 200 children with special needs. Cancer survivors, kids from children's hospitals. Their parents brought them here thinking this was their only chance to see you." Rodriguez showed Messi photos on his phone. Kids in wheelchairs with IVs still attached. Bald children from chemo treatments, all soaked but smiling. "This little girl," Rodriguez pointed to Sofia on the screen, "she's been sitting in the same spot for 3 hours. She won't move. Her father's trying to take her to the car, but she's refusing." Messi watched Sofia through the rain-streaked window. She was shivering but determined, and in that moment, Messi made a decision that would go against every security protocol and change his life forever. "I'm going out there," Messi announced. The room fell silent. His security team, stadium officials, even his wife. Everyone started protesting at once. "Leo, that's impossible," said Antonella. "You'll get pneumonia." Security chief, "Sir, we can't protect you in that crowd." "It's chaos out there." Stadium manager, "Mr. Messi, we're talking about 45,000 people now. This is beyond our control." But Messi was already changing clothes. He took off his designer jacket and put on a simple white t-shirt. "These people have been waiting in the rain for 4 hours. Some of them are sick children. If they can stand in the rain for me, I can stand in the rain for them." But as Messi prepared to go outside, the crowd was organizing something that would shock him even more. While Messi was getting ready inside, the 45,000 people outside had organized themselves into something unprecedented. Sofia, still in her original spot, had become the center of concentric circles. The innermost circle was all the sick children and their families. The next circle was families with young kids. The outer circles were adults. Frank Martinez, the 78-year-old Cuban man, was using a megaphone someone had brought. "When Messi comes out, and he will come out because that's the kind of man he is, We're going to show him something beautiful." The crowd started practicing. Using their phone lights, they were creating a giant heart shape visible from above. But inside the heart, they spelled out "gracious." Thank you in Spanish. When the stadium doors opened and Messi stepped out, what he saw would break him completely. The stadium gates slowly opened. Security guards came out first, then there he was. Messi stepped into the rain wearing just a white t-shirt and jeans. No umbrella, no jacket. Just a man walking toward 45,000 people who had waited 4 hours in a storm for him. The crowd fell silent for exactly 10 seconds. Then the loudest roar in Miami sports history erupted. But it wasn't chaos. It was organized. As planned, everyone turned on their phone lights, creating a massive heart with gracious inside it. From Messi's perspective, it looked like the entire world was glowing with love. Sofia was crying. Frank Martinez was crying. Families were hugging strangers. And Messi, standing in the pouring rain, was overwhelmed. But then he saw something that made him break down completely. In the front row, Messi saw them. Dozens of children in wheelchairs, kids with medical bracelets, families holding signs. "Cancer survivor. Thank you, Messi, for hope." One sign caught his eye. "Emma, age 6, beat leukemia, dreams of meeting her hero." Messi walked directly to these children. The crowd parted like the Red Sea. He was getting soaked, but he didn't care. He knelt down to Emma first. "Hola, princesa," he said softly. "I heard you're very brave." Emma, barely audible over the rain. "I wanted to meet you before, in case I get sick again." Messi's heart shattered. He hugged her, getting his white shirt muddy from her wheelchair. "You're not getting sick again. You're too strong. And now we're friends forever." But what he did next would make 45,000 people sob uncontrollably. Messi stood up, still holding Emma's hand, and addressed the entire crowd through a megaphone someone handed him. "I came here today to meet you for 1 hour. But you taught me that 1 hour isn't enough. Love isn't measured in time." His voice was shaking, mix of emotion and cold rain. "You stood in the rain for me. You brought your sick children to see me. You showed me that some things matter more than comfort, more than safety, more than being dry." The crowd was silent except for the sound of rain and quiet crying. "So I'm making you a promise? Every single one of you who stayed here today, I will remember. And I'm not leaving until I meet every child who wanted to see me." What happened next took 2 more hours and became known as the Miami Miracle. For the next 2 hours in the pouring rain, Messi went to every sick child in the crowd. 47 children total. He took pictures, signed whatever they had, hugged their families. Sofia was the last one. When he reached her, she was still in her original spot, now surrounded by 100 umbrellas held by strangers, protecting her. "You started this," Messi told her. "If you hadn't stayed, none of this would have happened." Sofia, shivering but beaming. "My papa said we should go home, but I knew you'd come. Heroes always come." Messi looked at her father Miguel, drenched and exhausted. "Your daughter taught me what courage really means." Miguel, tears mixing with rain. "No, sir, you taught us. You didn't have to come out here." "Yes, I did," Messi replied, "because you showed me that love doesn't check the weather forecast." Today, Sofia Rodriguez plays for her high school soccer team. She still has the muddy t-shirt Messi wore that day. Emma beat cancer again and is now a healthy 8-year-old who plays in a league Messi sponsors. Frank Martinez, the 78-year-old Cuban man, passed away 6 months later, but his family says his happiest day was standing in the rain with Messi. Hard Rock Stadium installed a plaque commemorating the day love conquered weather, April 8, 2024. And Messi, he says it was the day he learned that being a hero isn't about what you can do with a ball. It's about what you choose to do when people need you most. This story shows us that real love doesn't check the weather forecast. If this story moved you, smash that like button. Tell us in the comments about a time when someone's loyalty amazed you. And don't forget to subscribe because we share incredible stories of human connection every week. Remember, heroes aren't born in sunshine. They're revealed in storms. This story is completely fictional and for entertainment purposes only. While inspired by real people, all events described are products of imagination and have no connection to real-life events.